Hello, welcome back. So in this part, we will solve the example 3. And in the example 3, there is a beam and the width of beam is 300 mm and effective depth of beam is 600 mm. So there you can see overall depth is not given. So here the value of B and small d, it is directly given here. So this is the beam cross section and it is consisting four bars of 25 mm dia. So here you can see uh, 4 bars of 25 mm dia. This can be expressed with this expression also. If it is written like 4-25 mm, so we can read this as 4 bars of 25 mm dia. And if the beam is simply supported, it says if the beam is simply supported over a span of 8 meters. So this is the effective span which is given in the question. So effective span of the beam is given here, and the beam is carrying this UDL. Beam is carrying UDL of 25 kilonewton per meter, which is including the self weight of the beam. Then calculate the stresses developed in concrete and steel. And also they have given the direct value of M, which is 15. So if I make the diagram, the beam is like this, and it is simply supported, and the effective span of the beam is given as 8 meter, and it is carrying a UDL, and the UDL is 25 kilonewton per meter, which is including the self weight. And if I cut the cross section of this beam, it will look like this. It will look like this. So this is the B, and there are there are 4 bars which are being provided, and the effective depth is given. So effective depth will be how much? Effective depth will be 600. And B is 300. So this is the case that is being given. And we have to find out why this will be the neutral axis, which is Na. So it says how much stress this concrete is experiencing. So that stress, actual stress in the concrete, we represent that by FCBC. And actual stress experienced by this steel at this load, that we will say represent by FST. So we have to find out FCBC and FST value in our case. Now, when we are required to find out stresses, then we generally follow some different steps. So first I will show you those steps that we will follow to find out the stresses, and then we will start our problem. So first we will see what are the steps that are being involved to find out the stresses. So first step is again the same. First of all, we will find out the permissible stresses. Permissible stresses are sigma CBC and sigma ST. So this sigma CBC and sigma ST we can find out from the IS code, as I have found in the previous 2 examples. And in the next step, we will find out the neutral axis, depth of neutral axis, which is X. So in the second step, we will find out the value of X. In the third step, we will find out the value of maximum bending moment due to the load. Well, maximum bending moment, I have already explained. Maximum bending moment formula for the beam carrying UDL over the whole span is WL square by 8. If the beam is simply supported, in that case, the maximum bending moment formula will be WL square by 8. So W is given in the question, L is given in the question. So we can easily find out the value of M. So this is our third step in which we will find out the bending moment. And in the fourth step, we will find out the stresses. We will find out the stresses by equating the maximum bending moment to the moment of resistance. So in this step, what we will do is we will again equate with the MR. So by equating them, we will be able to find out the actual stresses in concrete and steel. So now these 4 steps we will follow to find out the stresses. So now we will see how we can find out that. So now we will solve. So now first step is determining the permissible stresses from table 21 and 22. Well, table 21 is for sigma CBC and table 22 is for the sigma ST. So as you can see, I have already shown those two tables in the IS code to you in the previous 2 examples. But the major thing is, why are we required to find out permissible stresses? Because we are required to find out the value of M. In this case, we will not find out the value of N because N will not be used in this problem, but M will be used. So to find out the value of M, we need to find out the value of sigma CBC. But why do we find out sigma CBC? Because the value of M is already given in the question, which is 15. So if the value of M is already given in the question, then there is no need to find out sigma CBC, because sigma CBC or sigma ST is required to be find out only if the value of M is not given or the value of N is not given. But M value is already given here, so we will not find out sigma CBC or sigma ST. So this is what I have written here. Generally, we determine permissible stresses to calculate the value of M and other design constant, but the value of M equals to 15. It is already given in the problem. So therefore, this step can be skipped. So we are skipping this step because M value is already given. Now, in the second step, actual depth of neutral axis is required to be calculated. And again, we will use the same relation to find out the value of X, and all other values are given like AST. There are 4 number of bars, 4 multiplied by area of cross section of 1 bar. So this will be pi d square by 4. So the same we can write here. M is given, B is given, B is 300, and D is given already, which is 600. So all the values are given except the value of X. So after putting all the values here, you can see 300 is the value of B, value of M is 15, AST I have already written 4 into pi d square by 4, dia of bar is 25 mm, and the value of D, which is 600 minus X. So after solving, again we will find the quadratic equation. So again, we will solve this quadratic equation, and the value of X will be found in 2 terms. One will be the positive value and second will be the negative value. Well, negative value again has no significance. We will adopt the positive value. So here the value of X is 258.81. So from step 2, we have calculated the value of X. Now in the step 3, we will find out the maximum bending moment. So here again, you can see this is the case. This is our beam cross section and this is the line diagram. The UDL which this beam is carrying is 25 kilonewton per meter, which is the value of W, and this 8 meter is the value of L. So maximum bending moment in this case will be WL square by 8. So again, we will put the value of W, we will put the value of L, and we will be able to find out the value of M then. So maximum bending moment due to this load will be 200 kilonewton meter. Now we will move to the next step, which is to find out the actual stress in steel and actual stress in concrete. So FCBC is referred to the stress in concrete and FST refers to the stress in steel. So these are basically the actual stress. So to find out the value of these stresses, what we will do is we will equate the maximum bending moment, which is M, with the moment of resistance. Well, moment of resistance formula we already know. So first what we will do is we will equate M with the moment of resistance. So here you can see The M value we have already calculated. Now moment of resistance formula from the concrete side. So there you can see the whole formula I have written. It is from the concrete side. And how I identified that this is from the concrete side, because in this formula FCBC is used. So you may be aware of that half into sigma CBC I should use, but I'm not using sigma CBC. In place of sigma CBC, I am using this term FCBC. Why? Because actual stress is required to be find out. So what I am doing is I am placing FCBC in place of sigma CBC, because I will be required to find out FCBC value at this moment. So all other values are known, like X value and B value, D value, all values are known, only unknown value is FCBC. So by equating both of these, we can find out the value of FCBC, which is, so there you can see I have written all the values, half into FCBC into 258.81, and the value of B is 300, then D minus X by 3. And after solving, we find the FCBC as 10.02 Newton per mm square. So this is the actual stress in the concrete. Well, similarly, we can find out the actual stress of steel by replacing this formula from the steel side one. So as I written here, FCBC value is this one. So stresses can be calculated by two ways. One way I have already shown you, like by equating M with MR. So this is one way with which we can find out the stress. Sorry. So in this case, I have already explained this. Now we will see another way through which we can find out the stress. So as I have written here, to find out the value of FST, we have two options. One is either we equate M with MR. Again what we can do is M is equals to FST into AST into D minus X by 3. So either we use this formula to get the value of FST, or we can use another way, or using the similar triangle property. So we have another way to find out the value of FST by using the similar triangle property. Well, I have already shown you how we can find out stresses from this way. Now, from the second way, I will calculate the value of FST now, which is the similar triangle property. So you must be aware of that. This is the stress diagram. So here it is, sorry. So here it is FCBC and sorry, it will be FST. It will be FST by M. So FST by M is on the steel side, FCBC is on the concrete side. And this is the neutral axis line, and this is the X, which is the depth of neutral axis, and the remaining depth will be D minus X. So now we know that this triangle is similar to this triangle. So that is why what we can do is we can use the proportion. So the same phenomena I have discussed in previous lectures also. So the same phenomena I will be using. So if I write FCBC upon X, then this proportion will be equivalent to the FST by M upon this distance, which is D minus X. So this is how, so this relation we can use to find out the value of FST. FCBC we have already calculated, M we already know that, D, X already know that, only unknown value here will be FST. So from this relation also we can find out the value of FST. So in this case we are using this relation. So I have written here, so by putting all the values, so there you can see FCBC we have calculated this one, and D, X all the values are known, only unknown value is FST. So by solving this, we can find out the value of FST as 198.30 Newton per mm square. So this is the stress, actual stress experienced by the steel. Actual stress experienced by the concrete is this one, and by the steel is this one. So this is what we are required to find out in this question. So we can say the stresses in concrete and steel is 10.02 and 198.20 Newton per mm square respectively. So that is a solution. I mean, this is actually the example 3. Sorry. This is example 3 solution. So these 3 examples we have calculated using the analytical problem. These were actually the part of analytical problem. So I have taken the references from these 3 books. Thank you.